So the darkness still has his string attached, so I can catch him and adjust his collar. As soon as it's for sure good, I'm gonna take the string off. But he is being so goofy about the string. It's chickens are, you know, just like other pets. They do goofy things when you attach things to them. And so he's doing the I'm a cat and I have something attached to my foot thing. So he's walking all goofy. The darkness, you are fine, buddy. I don't even actually have to tie the thing on his leg that tight because he's got a little spur nub, so it's actually not like cinched to his leg. It's loose, but it can't come off because he's got that claw that comes off. And so that's preventing it from coming off of his foot, kind of like handcuffs in your thumb. So let's see if this string is going to cause many troubles here with the rocks. I don't think so. Honestly, I'm pretty sure that he's totally fine. He did get kind of hung up going into the oak trees around here last night, but that's because they've got very, very rough bark, and this isn't like string, it's actually twine, because once I use it for this, it's probably gonna get recycled into something else. Probably gonna hang some food things with it. Yep, see, he can move. He's being very goofy about it. And the dogs think it's great fun because they see the string and they're like, ooh, what's that? Is that a bug? I would like to eat that because my dogs also eat bugs. The darkness, are you okay, buddy? You acclimated to that collar very quickly, so which leads me to believe I didn't put it on there right. Normally it takes them 30 or 45 minutes of struggling with the collar before they're finally like, okay, it's on there and it's gonna stay on there. But he was like, well, I got it on video. The whole thing took less than 5 seconds. So, but you are being so goofy with that string. You are acting like such a prima donna. And so that right there is the sign that I don't quite have the collar on as tight as it should be. And that's Rusty. Rusty isn't as alarmed by things as the other roosters are. And so his collar is not quite on as tight. And then we still have this guy right here in the middle of the thing. If you can see, that's a hybrid Jersey giant barred rock. And his name is the Ghost, and he does not have a collar yet, so you can see how his neck looks very thick there. It's not, they actually have, and that's both of these guys' dad, I think. And that's how it should sound. You don't get that booming sound towards the end of the crow. And you can make these even tighter than that so that they can just barely crow at all, but I don't. We've got some land. I just don't want that tail end where it gets very, very loud and booming. So I tighten them until they make that sound, and that's good enough for me. I've seen some people on YouTube that, you know, they basically have a chicken coop in a backyard that is like the size of this. And so if you do that, that collar has got to be on there so tight that it's just about restricting air in order to get them to be completely silent. We don't. I've got some pretty serious property here. I don't have nearby neighbors. In fact, I almost wouldn't even call them neighbors. They're so far away. So I don't need to keep them quiet like that. All I want is for them to, when they crow, not to be able to make noise that I can hear inside the house, particularly in the morning. I don't want to get woke up at 3 a.m. because one of the roosters woke up and noticed that the wind has changed direction, which is super alarming, of course. And so that's why we do the collars, but we don't put them on there super tight. If you are looking to do a collar thing with your rooster and what you're looking for is to make them silent, you're going to have to work with it a lot and really get it on there in the right location and the right tightness, which is really tight, because even when you put these things on, it feels like it's just too tight for them to do anything, but obviously they can still crow. And even if you do get it on there that tight, just due to how chickens' necks work, they can still breathe, they can still eat, they can still do all the rooster stuff. And obviously these were fathered by him while he was collared, so they do all the rooster things. And so all we got to do now is catch this guy and get him a collar. He is nowhere near the annoyance level that the darkness was, but if he's a rooster and he's out here, he needs to get collared, so that's going to happen. Isn't it the ghost? Yep. You've got a date with Destiny, and Destiny has a collar for you. Huh, Kalira? So you've got a collar on too. She's got one of those electronic collars, but we turn it inside out, so it just beeps at her. This keeps her inside the property, which usually isn't a concern, but keeps her away from the door because we like to jump on it and scratch, don't we? Yes. So when she hears the beep, she goes away. Doesn't she? Yes. We're scared of the beep. So pretty much everybody gets a collar out here, huh? Yeah. Oh, what a good puppy. Yes, look at you. Oh, is that a car? That's our front road there. This is the upper right-hand corner of the property. Well, how's everybody doing? Doing chicken stuff out here? We don't need any more corn, we're good? Huh? Yeah. He's the only one that hasn't crowed out of the 3 that have collars on. Actually, I haven't heard the darkness either. And that's kind of common. Whenever you first put them on, they will avoid crowing at all. And one of the great things about getting them collared is it does reduce the volume, but it reduces their desire to crow as well. I think they hear themselves, they go, wow, I sound really stupid, and I'm just not going to crow as often anymore. And I've actually seen some people online where they put the collar on with, with the intention of being able to keep chickens inside cities, and their roosters just don't even try to crow anymore. This guy still does, but wow, he used to crow like the darkness does, or did, all the time, everything. But now he's pretty reserved about his crowing, aren't you, Hennis? Yeah, he was a good chicken.